everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to be running through a very simple everyday makeup tutorial using most of my products from my Project Pan. I don't know where I was going with that. From my Project Pan 2018 video. I am just now starting out Project Pan for the first time ever on my channel in my life. I'm really excited about it. So most of these products, except for two of them, are from Project Pan. And then of course I have a couple other products that, you know, I can't wear like 4 lipsticks. So anyways, I hope that y'all have fun, enjoy this video, and let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so the first product I'm using is the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. As I mentioned in my Project Pan video, this primer is so moisturizing. And because I've been going to the beach the past couple of weeks, sometimes whenever I first start going back and I'm like in the salt water and everything, my skin tends to get a little bit more dry just for a little while. It's almost like it's adjusting. So I just like to have a little bit more moisture to my skin right now. And then right after that, I'm going in with the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, this is my favorite foundation of all time right now. I love it so much. I actually went to Ulta a couple of days ago with my mom, and I told her, I was like, you have to get this foundation. Like, you will love it so much. So she picked it up, and I don't know if she's tried it yet. I need to ask her if she's like actually tried it or not, but I love it. And I also love the Big Dofa applicator. I just think that's such a cool idea. I've never seen that with a foundation before, other than I think the new Tarte foundation has it, but I haven't tried that one just because, you know, there's so much controversy around it. Like, I don't even know if I want to mess with that. But so I just use my Makeup Geek blending brush, or like my flat top kabuki brush, to buff this into the skin. And if y'all have seen the video where I did my like first impressions kind of mini review of this foundation, I did a close-up of the foundation like after I was rubbing it into my skin, and it literally just like disappears, as you guys can see, and it gives like this beautiful, healthy, radiant glow. So that's why I love it so much. And I believe whenever I went to Ulta with my mom, and I mentioned this in my Project Pan video, but whenever we went there, you know, I paid $20 for this foundation, and at Ulta it was $12.99. So obviously whenever I run out of this, I will definitely be going to Ulta instead of CVS to get my next one. But I just love it so much. And even with my skin being dry, it's not like clinging to my dry patches, which is really nice. So that's a plus in my book. Next up, I'm going in with the NYX HD Concealer. I'm in the shade Beige. I'm going to put this underneath my eyes, and then I'm also going to use it to conceal my eyelids. And I'm going to be using a different technique, because literally all of my beauty blenders are like completely dirty and have like powder all over them, and they're just all a hot mess. So I'm going to be using a brush that my husband got me for Christmas. It's just like a random brush set he found on Amazon, and this is like, I don't know, kind of like a fat concealer brush. So we'll see how it works at applying this concealer. Hopefully it's not totally terrible. I never, like hardly ever use brushes to apply my concealer, so this is like really new for me, and I honestly don't even know what I'm doing right now. Just kind of spreading it out. All right, well, so far so good. I actually really like how it's applying, and because it's like so tipped, I can really get underneath that eye area. Like around my nose too. Okay, all right. So next up, I'm going to be using my Kat Von D translucent loose powder, and I'm just going to set my entire face with this because I'm not going in with like a cream blush or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set everything. And I love this powder so much. It's like not too drying, if that makes any sense. Like even though it's a matte translucent powder, it like doesn't, if you don't cake it on, it's not gonna be crazy. So I like it for that reason. All right, next up, I'm just going to fill in my brows. I don't really have issues with my brows. I actually really like them. So I know I don't tend to do a lot with my brows in my videos, but that's why, because I like the shape of them. It's one thing that I don't like have an issue with, that I feel like I need to not fix, because I don't feel like I need to fix anything necessarily, but just, you know, I don't need to attend to them a lot, I guess. So I just used this brow gel. Had this one for a while. I actually really need a new one. This one is by Elizabeth Mott, and I love it a lot. Obviously, it's like lasted a really, really long time. The staying power is great for the color. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily the stiffest brow gel. I've heard a lot of really great things about the Anastasia brow gel and just like how stiff that one is. This one I would probably say is like medium for stiffness. So it's not going to be like they're gluing your eyebrows down, but I really like it. And I also really like the Ulta brand brow gel. That's another one that I really, really like. So moving on to the eyes, I really want to keep everything super simple today since I am going into school and work. So I'm just digging into my Subculture palette. I'm going to be taking Dawn right here, which is a beautiful transition shade if you like warm toned transition shades. And I'm going to be using my tapered blending brush. This is the E40 from Sigma. I've been trying to use my Sigma brushes more because they're freaking expensive. So I'm just trying to use more of them more often. All right, so I'm literally just going to put this color into my crease. And I love this color because it's not like so pale and so light that you can't see it. Like it definitely shows up, especially in person. I don't know if it's really picking up on camera. It's kind of hard to look down and look at the camera at the same time, but I like it a lot. So nice. So I'll put it into my crease and then I'll just kind of like sloppily dust it all over the rest of my lid. But I really want the concentration of it to be in that crease area because that's where I want the definition. And then I'll just kind of lightly dust whatever is left on my brush to the rest of the face. Or definitely not the face, but to the rest of the eye. So I don't know if any of y'all are like superhero movie fanatics, but me and my husband love like Marvel and DC movies. Like we live for them. And we saw Black Panther, I think it was either this past weekend or the weekend before. I honestly can't remember. But let me tell you, like, it is probably my favorite superhero movie ever. Besides Thor. Like, Thor, I'm just obsessed with him, like, in general. And Thor Ragnarok was, like, really awesome. And I love the comedy in that one. But Black Panther was so legit. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I walked out of there feeling like, I don't know. You know how whenever you watch a movie that is just so good and you love it so much, and then you just kind of afterwards, you're like, oh my God, I just want to watch it again, like immediately after. That's how I felt leaving that movie. It was just so good. All right, so now I'm going in with a tiny little bit of Cube, which it looks like a white shade, but it actually has some really beautiful kind of like translucent pink glitter-ish, but it's not glitter. It's so hard to explain. But anyways, I'm going to take a tiny little touch of this on just a flat shader brush and apply it to the brow bone. Just for a little tiny highlight, nothing crazy, but in person you can really see how it's not picking up on camera. I can like tell, but it's just so beautiful, super, super pretty. And whenever the light hits it, it's perfect. So it's not going to be anything that's like crazy striking, but whenever the light just hits it right, you'll see like a little bit of those reflex, and it just adds a nice little touch whenever you're doing a basic look. So very nice. So I'm not going to do anything crazy to the rest of the eyes because this is very much like a daytime appropriate every single day look. So I am going to be going in with the e.l.f. mascara. This one is the Volume Plumping Mascara. So I'm just going to apply that to my upper and lower lashes. I've heard a lot of people I've heard a lot of people don't necessarily love this mascara, and that sucks because it's like so affordable, and I honestly love it. Like, it's not super clumpy. It's like the perfect everyday mascara for me. I swear mascara is like my favorite transformation product. I just feel like every single time I put it on my face, even if I don't have makeup on, it just looks so much more alive. I love it so much. But now we're going to complete the face. So I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Kit. And this one is in the shade Dolce de Leche. So I will be using, what is this? The Morphe M530 Contour Brush. Well, I don't know if it's for contour. I think it's actually a blush brush. But I use it for contour because it's like the perfect size to get in there and like diffuse the contour and not make it too like straight of a line. So it's pretty perfect for me. And I don't know, like I think this brush picks up so much product because I feel like I always put on way too much contour with this brush. So in case you're curious, that's just something to know. And then for my blush, I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush, and this one is in the shade Exposed. This is honestly one of my all-time favorite shades ever. I feel like it's just so universal and beautiful and pretty. It's like feminine, and I feel like any skin tone would really just eat this up. It's like such a neutral shade. It looks, I don't know why it's picking up so cool tone, but it really is more of like a neutral shade in person. It's just really, really pretty. And it's like pigmented enough for darker skin tones, but you can also build it up. So you can use a lighter hand if you're very pale, which is nice. Which I know like in the winter time for me, I definitely do get pretty pale. So for, oh my gosh, everything keeps dropping. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm going to be using the Pixi Aspen Ovard. Yeah, highlight. And I just love this highlight. I think it's so beautiful. It's like my favorite tone for my skin tone. It's like a beautiful, like very pale gold champagne, but it's not too vanilla because sometimes like it's too vanilla, it just doesn't go well with my skin tone. So I'm just gonna, I mean, look at that. Holy shit. Like that is a bomb highlight. But it's like not, I don't know, like some highlights I feel like are so wild and crazy that you can't wear them on an everyday basis. But I feel like this just gives a sheen and like a glow to the skin. It's not gonna be something that is inappropriate to wear to work. You know what I'm saying? Like it just gives a beautiful glow and a highlight to the skin without being chunky or too glittery. I really, really need to wax my mustache. Like just real talk for a minute. So if y'all can see that, it's not a shadow. I just have been lazy and haven't wanted to wax. So there's that. And then to complete the look, we have my two Project Pan lip products, well, two of them. So this one is the Tarte lipstick in the shade Sunkissed. This is my favorite nude, like just lipstick. Oh, it's so pretty. Like it's so pretty. Like look at that. So pretty. I love this lipstick. And then to top it off, I'm going in with the NYX Butter Gloss, and this one is in the shade Fortune Cookie. This is going to kind of pale it down just a little bit. All right, y'all, so that is going to conclude this video. I hope that y'all had a good time just hanging out with me and watching me use the different products for my Project Pan 2018 video. And I hope that y'all have a fabulous Wednesday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.